Orelua, and I am super excited to be here at Digify Pro Cohort 5.0. For me, it's a huge privilege because, to be very honest, I didn't really think I was going to get in, but look who's here now.
Hi, my name is Esther. I'm a graduate of the University of Lagos.
A graduate of the University of Ilorin.
I graduated from the University of Ibadan, Agricultural Economics.
I graduated from the School of Dentistry, Enugu, and I don't practice dentistry, I prefer writing.
I studied mass communication in the University of Lagos. I love to learn a lot, which is what led me to Digify Pro.
I'm a graduate of Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. I studied sociology. My experience so far on Digify NG has been exciting. My first time in Lagos.
It's more like a first time in Lagos, and so far it has been fun. I heard about Digify Pro on Facebook, where I registered and I was invited for the interview, and lo and behold, I'm here.
I heard about Digify Pro from my friend, and she convinced me to apply.
Applying for Digify was very easy. I had to fill an online form, and after doing that, I was kind of tensed because I didn't know if I was going to get picked or not.
I came for the interview and it was conversational. Like, I enjoyed every bit of it. I was not scared, I was not tense because it felt like home.
Just days after, I got a mail that I've been selected for the cohort and I should come over.
So my expectations at the end of the program is I hope to learn more about content marketing, content creation, social search engine optimization, and a whole lot of others.
I can't wait to see who I am going to become at the end of this program.
This is the first week and it's been awesome so far.
Oh my God.
We've had classes on introduction to digital marketing, emotional intelligence.
The session was so beautiful that we didn't even know that some of us were passing through things that were not written on the face, and we're all pulling out strong.
From Monday, we were placed in groups and I've had to deal with people I'd never met before Monday. And it's been eye-opening because I didn't know I could work so well with other people.
We had to work in groups, or we have to work in groups, and I must say it's quite an experience, having to work with people, learning to compromise things that you think will work for, other people's opinions and, stuff like that.
It has been crazy because I didn't expect it to be this difficult. Working with people, meeting different kind of personalities and having to come up together, do teamwork. It has been one of a kind, but I feel it's a challenge and I'm up for the task to learn more and develop myself.
So our task this week is to conduct research on different agencies, find out their history, their social media profiles, who the management team is, what exactly they do.
So myself and my teammates, we woke up late last night just to meet up with the brief for today, and I can't wait to present. I'm super excited about this and I hope we make it through.
I'm quite impressed and I really love the output and that they put into the research. So I'm really excited that if this output can be actually achieved in just week 1, by the end of week 8, these guys are going to be really super amazing.
So each week our tradition is to evaluate the live brief challenge, and the winning team from the challenge becomes the champion for the next week. They just become the champion until the next time we do another presentation evaluation. So the very first set of winners for Cohort 5.0 are members of Group 4.
I am very excited. First of all, these are my group members and we are the winners of, we are Group 4 and we are the winners of the first week. We are excited because a lot of work went into this presentation, a lot of creatives. I want to thank my group members because they were like the brain box of everything. They did fantastically well.
I mean, what do you think are the relevant skills we should be looking at as a nation, at this point in time as a nation? What are the skills we should be focusing on? Can we really leapfrog, or do we need to start from the basics?
4IR is not just another thing. I also allude to the fact that, you know, when he made mention of for the first industrial revolution, we didn't even know when it happened. The second, we were told about it. The third, they hid it from us. And the fourth, where we find ourselves now, this is an opportunity for us to leapfrog and take full advantage of what is going to happen. It's no longer news that 4IR is the world of automation and artificial intelligence. It's no longer news that the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report says that 103 million jobs will be created due to data by 2022, and at the same time 75 million jobs will be lost, giving us a net of 58 million jobs that will be created. Okay, it's no longer news, but I think what is news is the fact that that gap, how do we fill it, right? And for us to fill that gap, you must be in tune with the required skills for the future.
My week 2 experience has been one of a kind because we started this week with a lecture from Mr. Digify from Virus Digital, and we got to understand that content is king and frequency is queen. So that's the very, very important phrase for me.
We were taught that content is king, and the truth is really content is king. No matter how creative you are, and you cannot really write well, you cannot use your punctuations well, you cannot drive the message is not relevant. I don't think it is what's been called a content.
Mr. Digify gave us a brief which we have been working on since Tuesday, which we'll be presenting later today. So it's on a credit card company, O3 cards, and we of course have been divided into 4 different groups, and we'll be doing the presentations individually. So the presentation has been enlightening because we have had to do research and developmental works to gather facts and figures together to be able to defend the brief.
We had, of course, the start of the week, our lead trainer, Mr. Sheye Omotunde, took them on several elements of content production. And then we then had the CEO of Virus Digital, Mr. Digify, come in to teach them the main elements for what makes up good content, and then he gave them the live brief.
And we learned so much: introduction to content marketing, tips on marketing communication. And then we had a class, Effective Communication Skills by Mrs. Florence, where we learned that almost every 80% of the day spent communicating with others.
This week we learned so many things about content creation, but one very interesting one for me was the class we had with Mr. Josh on photography.
How to take videos with your phone and photos with your phone, nice photos with your phone. It was really interesting. I mean, I learned a lot from that class, and I feel like a better person when it comes to phone and photography.
It is not about the device, it's about being creative.
We also had a member of Nostalgia Media team, Mr. Joshua Laulua, coming to teach them how to create content on their smartphones, because not everybody is going to have an actual DSLR camera. But with regards to content, you do still need to learn how to use the camera. So we had Victoria come in to teach them on photography.
I got to understand that there are a lot of things that I've been doing that I did not even know that I was doing. Learned different kind of shots that we can take, angles to take your camera from, and how to even edit videos and all. That was an amazing experience. Now I can proudly say that yes, I can edit videos.
Of course, we had our live presentations on Friday, and our winners for week 2.
So the team that scored first this week is the group number. Round of applause for. Group 2.
For winning a brief this week, we are all getting an O3 credit card preloaded with 5,000 naira, and we are super excited. So once you use the opportunity to say thank you to O3 cards for this opportunity and for gifting us with it, we would proudly let the whole world know that we're excited about this gift. Thank you.
It has been a beautiful yes.
It's been exciting.
We had creative strategy class taken by Mrs. Florence.
Intro to photography class taken by Tolulope Bello.
Photoshop editing and image by Mr. Friday Joshua.
Community management by Mr. Sheyi Omotunde.
Mrs. Florence thought that creative strategy is determining what the advertising message would say and communicate.
Our trainer, Mr. Joshua Theophilus, took us on Instagram marketing, and he pointed to us the relevance of hashtags.
Creative strategy talked about building a strategy for a brand, how you present their message, how you send their message, how you pass their message across.
We had an amazing session with Mrs. Chineze. She talked about reputation management. One key thing she said was, reputation can be managed but cannot be controlled.
And some of the things I took out from that class is that you have to monitor what is being said about you online. You have to have a consistent brand personality online.
Today we are going to present a live brief on Red Bull, on how to make more customers for Red Bull, targeting the female gender particularly.
We have just finished our presentation for week 3, and the winners for week 3 are members of group 2.
So my team came first for this week's presentation, it's week 3 brief. The client was Red Bull, and it's a very, very good feeling considering the hard work my team and I put into this, and we won with one point difference. The team that came second had 69 points and we had 70, so it was a very, very stiff competition, but God, I'm still shaking. We won, but I'm still shaking, like the tension was very high, but I'm very happy. It's a very good feeling, and it's good to know that this is confirmation that hard work pays off, and really it's a wonderful feeling. Much thanks to Digify for giving us this platform.
We had the class on brand storytelling by Mr. Anthony Eko.
Mr. George Umba spoke to us on branding and storytelling. Navigating the social media landscape with Tola Babalola, and he taught us quite a lot about how brands can leverage social media to build a community from their customers.
I learned about adverts, paid adverts and organic adverts. With paid adverts, marketers have to pay the owner of the space to use their space for their products. This class was well taught by Mr. Sheyi Omotunde, and I hope to keep learning from him.
Mrs. Funke Osai gave us a lot of content about different niche, and she encouraged us that we should have our own personal blogs.
So this week we are giving a live brief to come up with a 360 plan for Best Bonanza.
We've had to work on a brief that involves a betting brand, and we have had to apply the principles we've learned across the week with our different facilitators.
We're creating a 360 campaign for them, and I must say it's really challenging.
It's been a challenging brief, and we're excited for the challenge, and it's going to be our first agency tour too, so we are eager to present ourselves to the world out there, and I hope my group is going to come out victorious.
On Monday I was at Digify Pro, the head office, to give them the brief, for some of the things that we're looking to do in our company. And today they came, they did the pitch, and it was really amazing. It was really interesting just listening to the huge ideas, that were coming out of a brief that was given just barely a week ago. It shows the amount of work, the amount of learning, the amount of motivation that goes into the Digify Pro program.
We have just listened to the Digify Pro participants present different ideas to us, and I dare say they did extremely well. They are young individuals that are very passionate about what they are doing, and I see them very successful in everything they do.
It was a good experience overall. The participants, they all presented their ideas for our brand. My team members were all impressed with what the guy did, but there were a lot of ideas that we even jotted in-house. Overall, I think the guys will go on to do something great. I mean, these are a group of talented young guys, and we were really impressed with what they came up with.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the winner of the beach session of today. Drum roll goes to Group 3.
Congratulations to the winners of week 4, members of Group 3.
Hey everyone, we are back in the hub and it feels good to be seated on this seat. We are the champions for week 4. Yeah, and well, it was quite a stressful one. We didn't have any breakthrough until yesterday night, and the fact that we can come up with a lot of things till this morning and everything, and our mind was blown away. The feedback was good, and everything just came out fine. And I'm glad. I'm just glad. I'm glad.
Hey. This week, week 5, we had the privilege of having Varun Jankovic from Kantar Millward Brown take us on 5 things research has taught us about digital marketing.
We had a session with Mrs. Besson, a consumer behavioral scientist from Kantar Millward Brown.
I learned how to use Google Analytics to measure traffic website.
We were taught how to fund our Facebook ads account.
How to use Google Analytics to make informed decisions about our research.
The various tools we can use to show our reports.
The most important thing I took away from the class is appealing to people's emotions when you're telling a story about a brand. Give them something they can always remember about the brand.
We got a brief on Nectar Confectionaries.
So we're given a brief on Nectar Confectionery. They're revamping their website, so we're supposed to help them create awareness about the website's relaunch and to drive sales.
Okay, we got a brief from Web House. The brief was about Nectar Confectionery. They are supposed to do a website relaunch, and they asked to come up with digital strategy.
The brief is actually to come up with strategic ideas to promote their brand, to drive sales, and to drive traffic to their website as well.
We're all girls in my group, by the way, girl power. And we're really working towards making the best name for ourselves.
I hope my team does well this week, and I hope we improve and get better, which is the most important thing.
Okay, first question goes to Magnific.
In week 5, I also want to specially acknowledge the team that came first. We call it Girl Power. Congratulations, ladies. Looking forward to you doing even greater things all the way to graduation day and beyond.
Yay! I think we know.
So yesterday I was at the interview of Oprah for Facebook ads and Google ads.
I went for an interview at Opera Ads for the role on Google and Facebook ads.
Opera is looking to recruit digital marketers that would work as ad managers. So they are specifically looking for people who work to curate Facebook ads and Google ads.
Okay, we asked to send our names, and a few of us were selected for the process.
While it was interesting, I was also opportune amongst one of those people that had their name spent down.
It was a very amazing experience because most people we met, they were talking about passion, while we were able to give on hands-on experience and campaigns that we have done due to the live brief we have been having over weeks.
So it wasn't surprising that most of what I was asked were things I know already, because having gone through 6 weeks here, they have opened us to many of these processes, like how to come up with Facebook ads and Google ads. So basically all the questions I was asked, I was able to provide quality answers to them. So it goes to say that we have really learned a whole lot, practical and of course theoretical here, which would be handy in our professional lives.
It was an amazing experience. It kind of gave me an idea of things to expect when next I go for an interview.
This week we had a class on web design and it was taken by Mr. Sheyi Omotunde.
I designed my web and I was so proud of myself. Like I used to feel like everything's complicated and all those code thing and all that. I didn't know that there was practically some formulas to follow and all that. Let me blow your mind. If you want to know the meaning of H square CB, just come to Digify.
For this week, we are actually working on a cement brand from Full Communication, and the difference between this brief and the other brief we were working on is because we are talking about celebration and we are targeting all audiences from different perspectives, their stakeholders, their customers, their staffs, people around them. So it is actually more wide than others that we've done.
I had a fantastic time. I thought that the students did a fantastic job. I mean, it shows that these 6 weeks were truly worth it.
The Digify guys blew my mind, you know. The presentation skill was really on point. I liked the fact that they are brief. It wasn't just on the surface. They had to go deep, and then the research, their presentation, everything was properly done. I want to say I'm impressed.
Today we had the Digify class at the office to present their ideas as regards the brief that we gave to them earlier in the week, specifically on Monday. So we gave this brief to them on Monday, and of course we thought it was a boring brief, but interestingly it turned out that they made the most of all of the ideas and all of the teachings, particularly that they'd received, and they came up with really interesting stuff.
I see future strategists, not just digital, but I mean through the line strategists. I see guys who I think would build great careers.
This is just an 8 weeks program, and they're able to do this well, do this kind of outstanding presentation. I'll say kudos to them, really.
I'm glad that Digify Africa is doing this for Nigerians, and I hope that this will continue.
That all of the teams did particularly well, and at the end of the day, we could say that they were all winning teams.
This is just great. Well done, guys.
Great job, Digify Africa. Great job, Digify Nigeria.
The team is doing well. The team is fantastic and phenomenal.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating. We have cooked and cooked, and the result is already almost out. It's week 6. I'm super excited that the participants have absorbed all they've been taught. They've unlearned, they've learned, and now they're really, really performing. So we just finished a presentation at Fuel Communications, and every single group did phenomenally well. I know that when we release them into the marketplace, into the industry, after week 8, that they're going to do well. I can be at peace. The trainers can be at peace that all will be well.
I'm so thankful to Digify for this process, for this program. I mean, it's really challenging me to do more, to want to explore more, to want to see. It's challenging me. I mean, the work and everything. I just really want to learn more and be able to get more out of it.
I realized that no, you guys, you have something inside of you. You can pop it out. Like you can think. Strategy is there, thinking is there. You can make it happen.
We had our networking session yesterday, and it was pretty amazing.
The week has been pretty busy, from one interview to the other, revamping CV, video resume, headshots. I can actually say that I practically got to know the meaning of intensive bootcamp training. It really dawned on me this week. We had HR personnel come from different companies. We had to do our video resume.
Initially, I was so nervous because I had to move from one recruiter to the other, and I was wondering how I would fare because, having to repeat the same thing over and over again. Tell me about yourself. What do you do? What skills do you have? And all of that.
One pretty exciting thing about the networking session is I had to actually practice talking to people. Like, I naturally get nervous when interviews, we have to do interviews. But with everything we have passed through in Digify, I have learned to be more confident, and I put that confidence to test at the networking session yesterday, and it went amazingly well.
It was more of a conversation for me. Talking with them, getting to know what they do, and then
for them to ask me what I have to offer, and I gave them my best.
I didn't have any reason to shudder. I had done rehearsals with Mrs. Florence and it was superb. So I didn't have any struggle. It was just easy and swift. I got an offer.
Great to God, I got picked by Trinity and I'm so excited.
Got picked by Betskose, and it's exciting because it's Betskose.
I got a job offer with Wild Dreams. It was pretty exciting because I was the first in the class to have an offer.
I was picked by Betskose, and it's really, really great for me because I want to learn, and this is an opportunity, a huge opportunity for me to learn because Betskose is a 360 marketing communications firm, and I am so looking forward to learning and growing myself personally and professionally.
This is a big opportunity to say thank you to Digify NG. I am super grateful to Digify Africa for this opportunity, super grateful to Facebook for sponsoring this amazing initiative.
I want to thank Digify for this opportunity because it's a lifetime opportunity and I'll never forget about it.
You have transformed people's lives for the best, so thank you so much.
This week has been pretty intense, but like we say, intensity is in the name of the program. It's an intense digital skills program for 8 weeks. This week, week 7, our live brief came from Bluebird Communications. Bluebird Communications has been with us. Bluebird Communications has 3 participants, 2 from Cohort 2.0 and 1 from Cohort 3.
I'm Mutolani Babalola, a strategist at Bluebird Communications Limited. And yes, I'm also a graduate of Digify Pro 3.0. I had the privilege to be among the judges that judged Cohort 5.0 today for their presentations, and I should say it's an amazing feeling because I feel it's a process that spanned from time I got into the Digify program, got through the course of the training, and I also got employment here. So it's been an amazing experience.
My name is Amobi Chukuma. I'm a strategist at Bluebird Communication, and today I sat with the judges for the Cohort 5.0 presentation, and it brought back lots of memories. I remember my days in Cohort 2.0. And I remember making presentations, the process, the hard work that went into making presentations within a short time.
Cohort 5.0, they did good, they did well, their presentations were very good, and it also brought back memories. Good memories.
From what I've seen today, they are ready, they are capable, and any agency that picks them up would have to definitely get great value from them. Thank you very much, Digify Pro.
So I'd like to congratulate the group that came first this week, Group 3.
We would say thank you to Digify Africa and Digify Nigeria. It has been a very, very great learning opportunity. And it's a wrap.
Thank you.
Alright, so today is Saturday, November 28th, and we've just had our very first Alumni Meetup. It's very important because it helps with building community and also helps with making sure that we're in touch and connected. It's the very, very first time, but we've now had 5 cohorts, so it's also been a very, very big opportunity to create bonding and camaraderie amongst fellow participants and graduates. But the best part of it was, since our 5th cohort is in their final week, just getting ready to start their work experience in a week's time, they've been able to actually hear advice and real life experiences of our past cohort. So I think that is like the most memorable part of what we've just done. We look forward to having more engagements like this, and it's really memorable because in Cohort 1 we were able to do a community activity together. In Cohort 2 we went to Amukoko, and then in Cohort 2 we also did a community activity, and we were not able to do something in Cohort 3, but I'm happy that in Abuja we were also able to do some community activity in the University of Abuja for some associations in Abuja. And in general, we started our project, Get Digital Nigeria, so which is our give back. And I mean, going forward, we'll be doing more and more of that. But in addition, we have to feed and nurture the community, that's the community of pros, Digify pros. So we'll continue having either our meetups every 6 months or at least once a year.
So looking forward to many more.